There have been some rule changes ahead of this season, and we're going to get into them now with a man I've just mentioned, Peter Walton. So, Peter, interpretation of handball is probably going to be the most contentious. So, tell us about it. The natural silhouette. Right. Fill us in, Pete.
All right, well, before I do that, I haven't had highlights, so I just wanted to make that. There's no highlights in this barnet of mine.
Right. Not much hair there either.
Here, 2 haircuts left.
Right, let's go on, handball, Pete.
Natural silhouette. You'll hear this term lots and lots of times. A natural silhouette is literally that, Robbie. It's where you stand and your arms are there. If the ball strikes you whilst you're in your natural silhouette, that will not be given as a handball. So the lawmakers have been quite, proud at doing that. What they've said is, look, we'll make this law so easy for people to understand, and therefore, natural silhouette.
So where's the limit with that then?
Right, so, give us the ball.
Yep.
Put your arms up. That is not a natural silhouette. If the ball strikes your arm there, you'll be given as a
What about that? I've just moved that slightly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Chris. So what I'm saying is there's only
Well, it does matter, doesn't it?
There's only one starting position in your natural silhouette. The more that your arms become bigger for the ball to strike the area, the more risk you're taking of a handball given against you.
So that's subjective, the referee at the time.
Handball is still subjective, absolutely right. However, the starting point is that. So if you defend like that and the ball strikes your arm, you're probably not going to give a penalty kick away. If you do that and your arm comes out and it strikes you up here somewhere...
So if I was playing against Peter, and I because the natural silhouette's there then, do I have to jump like that against Peter to keep my arms in a natural silhouette? Or can I do that to get leverage? And if it hits my arm there, as we're going to show one later when Peter against Dale Stephens, is that handball?
That's handball. That's a handball because your arm is out there. Yes, what you're saying in defence is you're trying to steady yourself, but the lawmakers have said if your arm is out there, the area of the ball to strike is bigger, and therefore you're standing the risk of a penalty kick being given against you.
But Pete, no man has ever jumped like that. If you jump for a header, your arms have to come up for protection, for leverage. So for a header, that is a natural silhouette.
Well, it may be a natural silhouette, but the natural silhouette is only when you're positioned on the floor like that. They haven't defined what a natural silhouette is when you're jumping with your arms. Absolutely right. So your arms are up there, and that is still part of the law, where if it strikes your arm, you're going to give a handball.
Right, let's have a look at some examples now. So, Peter, this is the first one. It's in the Champions League, Manchester United against PSG. I think it's Man City, Llorente.
Oh, Llorente, yeah. Well, you see...
Against Spurs.
If you remember last year... you got it. Man,
I got both.
Yeah, you got that in the end. But you remember this guy here. The ball comes off Llorente, hits his elbow, then hits his thigh, goes into goal. The goal's been awarded. It was awarded last year, Rob, because it was accidental handball, and the accidental bit was in the law. This year, what the lawmakers are saying is people in football have said, but you can't score a goal with the use of your arm or your hand. They've understood that, they've accepted that, so now the law says, even if it's accidental and it strikes your arm, like that, hits your body, goes in the goal, no goal. And Llorente's goal last year would have been disallowed under the law this year.
Right, the contentious one in the Champions League final, Sissoko. Was it handball? Is this handball in the Premier League this season?
OK, so what you've got here, you've got the European Cup last year, the ball comes in, and you can see, Sissoko there, he's probably not trying to deflect the ball. In fairness to him, he's probably saying, look, behind you. But his arm is out, Pete. You've had this argument
What
before.
he's doing, though, Pete, what he's doing, he's pointing for someone to pick up in the box. It's like, so at that point, that's a natural thing to do.
That's a natural thing to do, absolutely right. But it's a natural thing to point there. But in terms of the handball law, that's not a natural position for the person to be in.
If you see that as well, though, you're going to aim as a player, though, to try and, if your hand's out and I recognise it, I'm going to try and aim, though. Right,
so if you're cute as a player, you're going to aim, absolutely right. And that's a risk that the defender takes in having his arm like that. By the way, that handball there we've given to Sissoko may not be given in the Premier League this year. We'll wait and see, because the Premier League are saying that their interpretation of the law is such that it doesn't cause us a problem in England. However, the interpretation is far stricter in Europe, so we may have a different opinion.
Hang on a minute, you've just said that may not be given.
May not be given.
The Sissoko one. So that's a massive grey area now that you flag that up. You're saying players, we understand players having that silhouette position, and now you're saying that even if you have your hand, so that's a bit of a contradiction.
It is a contradiction and it is an inconsistency, but the Premier League have said that they feel their interpretation of the law is fine, the players accept it, the managers accept it, so we'll see how it works through this season. All I'm saying is the law has been interpreted in Europe differently.
And he's the one from Kimpembe against Manchester United.
So this one where we all saw this one, and again, this is in the European Cup, where he turns his back to him. And he turns his back, he thinks, if I can't see the ball, you know, I'm not going to give a handball away. But you can clearly see there, his arm is away from his body there, Robbie. You know, even if he's say, I didn't know where the ball was, I didn't know if it was coming here. Well, the ball is there, isn't it? And he knows it's coming there. It's hit his arm. That was a handball last year. That'll be a handball this year.
The only thing is, if you're charging a ball down, like you're naturally. If I threw a ball at you from here, your arms are, you know, do protect yourself. That's a natural reaction.
So that's
for anyone.
A natural reaction. And if you protect yourself and your arm is in your body line, it will not be given as a handball. So if I throw the ball at you now and you that's not a handball.
Well, it is. He's caught it.
There is a deliberate attack. I'm talking to him, not you. There is a deliberate attack there. So if you deliberately do that, yes, there's a handball. But if you've done if you've done that, thanks, Rob. If you've done that, that won't be given.
Let's see one that Peter was involved in against Dale Stevens at Burnley. I've gone, Pete. Here it is. Handball.
Well, look, you can see it. Dale Stevens. He jumps with his arm in the air.
Well, that's a foul from Peter Crouch.
Well, it's all right. I mean, that's the referee's fault for not detecting that foul. But there you are. So look, you can see that the arm is in the air, and the lawmakers have been specific on this point. If your arm is above your shoulder, it's a handball. Even if you're trying to put your opponent off by having your arm there. If it strikes him...
I've had that my whole life where, you know, if I'm above someone, they can't get to the header, then they'll just put an arm up and try and put me off in some way. So as I've headed it onto him, that's a definite handball.
Yeah, and that's the defender's risk.